Alright, hello everybody, welcome. It is a different kind of stream today, for the VOD I guess, for you guys watching the VODs, but we are not going to be playing a game today. We are going to be doing some keyboard modifications. If you guys saw my clips, my shorts from last week, you can see that I got a new keyboard. That is that one right there. I'll switch over to the full screen in a minute. But today we're going to be switching these out. I'm going to be not retiring this one, I'm just going to be putting this one off to the side. I'm probably not going to be using it for a while, because I think I've set up everything I need to set up on this one. I just need to swap out the switches and the keycaps. We got some tunes playing in the background. Let me go ahead and copy this. Link this over here. Music by. Alright, switch this over here. Oh shoot, this only plays my mic. Okay, hold on, I have to bring everything back over here. Hold on, 1 second, let's go to main. Can I copy this whole thing? Copy this, go to handcam full. Paste. Duplicate, I guess. My mic should be in there already, yeah, so let's delete this one. Remove. Okay, we're good, right? Yep, we're still good. It's down over here. I'm gonna group these ones. I've never done this because I don't use the full screen version that much anymore. This is gonna be video. This name was already in use, really? Rename. This is full screen video, or just FS video. There we go. Make sure this is in there. That's in there, yep. This is, let's rename this one. Rename, full screen, audio. Alright. So how does the stream sound? Let me see. Make sure it sounds good. This one. Name, full screen, audio. Just playing music in the background, right? Alright. Yeah, it is. It is. Stream sound. Let me see. Make sure it sounds good. We're good there. Let's go ahead and turn this off over there. Alright. So, for those of you guys that don't know, this is the new keyboard. I'm actually gotta do a voiceover for a TikTok that I'm working on that shows me unboxing it, because I have not seen a single unboxing of this thing yet. I've seen some videos of it from the official MelGeek page, but I've seen the Made 68. This is the Made 84. This one has the extra row of function keys, and I knew my function keys because I use those for in conjunction with functions on my Stream Deck. So I definitely need function keys. I mean, the what's it called? The F keys on the top. It does have a function key down here, but unfortunately, Stream Deck does not recognize it. It does not recognize the function key on here. It has some software called MelGeek Hive, which I am still learning how to use a little bit. I've remapped the key, what's it called? The actuation points for the keys. There's 2 profiles. Actually, it comes with 4. You could put 4 in there. But the way it works is, this is where I'm having a little issue with it a little bit. So the first profile, I have it for typing, and I have the actuation point. Like, okay, let's say if this is the switch that it uses. I actually already placed one of the switches with the escape key, so I have this one for sample. With magnetic switches, since these are magnets, that is a magnet down there pushing up. It registers the slightest vibration, and it can trigger an actuation if you wanted to. And I have it set to like just barely even a press for gaming. But for typing, I do it so it's a lot further down towards the bottom. So like, let's say if this is the switch, the travel path, gaming would be like if you're just pressing it up here, like it's like just down here. So if you press in a little bit, it'll register. Typing, I want it down here. Why is the Jesus Christ, the music is so loud. Let me lower that down a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. So for typing, I have it down here so you can actually bottom out and you have less of a chance of doing typos. You still get typos, unfortunately. I still get typos, but that's because this is my first linear style key switch. I've always liked... Okay, so I went from... Back in the day, I went from like... What's one that they use? What's the term of it? Oh my god, I'm blanking on the term. They're like domed, the kind of sensor that they use. It's on the keyboard. It was a, oh my god, I just saw the video of it the other day. Of like how, like where, like it's a super budget keyboard that all like the beginning of PC, all the major PC brands include with their PCs. Membrane, they're called Membrane. Some of them, like back in the day, they were actually domed, like the little stuff, the little underneath the keycap. The key. So underneath the keycap, there would be a little dome bubble to give some resistance, not a whole lot, but some resistance. And that's how it used to be back in the day. And then it just came into flat, like membrane, and it would just like really touch it, like so you had to bottom out really hard, and that's when keyboards really started getting really ugly looking, not ugly looking, but ugly feeling. So I used that for the longest time. I used a low profile wireless one from Logitech. That it was a membrane keyboard also, but it was low profile. Like the keys were not sticking up as far as obviously as this. It was like half the size, half the height of this. So barely any travel time. It wasn't meant for gaming. It was just meant for... I used it so I can connect to my PC wirelessly while I was laying in bed, because back in the day, I would lay in the bed and use my computer that way to watch a video, to watch YouTube or watch movies. Anyway, from there, then I finally stumbled onto mechanical keyboards, and I had a Cherry MX Blue keyboard from a company called Rosewill, which was like one of Newegg's partnered brands. If you know what Newegg is a it's a retailer. So I had that for the longest time. And then I'm like, okay, time for something new a little bit. Let's try some different switches. So that's when I got this thing. And this is the Royal Kluge RK100. This is the one I've made a video about I think I've made 2 videos now. One was on YouTube comparing the old switches to the new switches. The old switches were... Let me grab the actual bottle. I have it right here. The old switches were these. They were these... They're called blue switches. They just call it blue because in the terminology is pretty much widely adopted in the mechanical keyboard space that blue switches are tactile and clicky. So very tactile, clicky, but also sounds very bad. Like not in terms of like how loud it is. I like loud and tactile clicky keys, but it rubbed a lot. Sometimes it caught on things and the key wouldn't snap back up because they were cheaply made. They weren't like I said, they're not the best switches out there. I mean, they're good enough. Like it gives you some clicky, some tactile feedback, but it's not very smooth in terms of like how it's popping back up. So anyway, I switched those out with the Kalebox Jades, which I have over here. I know I got a bag of this one. And this is the one I made the video about a while ago on my YouTube, comparing the 2 switches. These ones much louder, much clicker, harder to press. It's got a denser spring or denser mechanic to it that makes pressing it harder. So you have to put a little more force into it to make it click. But yes, the clicking, and that's what I put in these. Very nice clicky, tactile, very smooth. Never any catches or hiccups on those. And that's what I've always liked for the longest time, is mechanical keyboards that click and feel nice. Like this is a nice feeling. But also, with the advancement of technology, I've come to discover that there are now these things called magnetic keyboards. And magnetic keyboards, like I said, uses a magnet, and there's a sensor underneath the board here that can sense how far the magnet has traveled, and you can tell it via software when to have that actuation point. And that is a good thing to have in gaming. Back in the day, mechanical switches were an advantage over membrane keyboards, or non-mechanical switches. But now that's changed because the technology has changed, and now magnetic switches are like the new thing to do. And there's plenty of magnetic switch boards out there. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely more affordable ones out there. But this one was like the cream of the crop. I don't say, let me take that. It's not the cream of the crop. There are some better ones in this price range also, or some good ones in this price range. I don't know about better. But I like this one a lot because, one, out of all of the budget brands, like I said, I've watched these companies coming, I don't want to say come and go, but I've watched these companies come out of nowhere over the years. And MelGeek was one that I remembered from a while back. I think they started in 2014. I think the box is 2014 or 2012. Let me see, hold on. I have the box right over here. I think it says 2014. Yes, it's 2014. They were a very budget, gamery focused keyboard brand, and they weren't exactly that appealing. But they grew. They grew over time. They put work in. They put effort in. I will say that their materials are top notch. I mean, a full aluminum keyboard. I mean, a full aluminum housing is crazy. That is the sound of aluminum right there. So they've definitely risen up. Another one that I was thinking about also, or there's two other ones. There's a brand called Aula, A-U-L-A, which is, you see them all over TikTok being advertised like crazy. And they are still, like, in my opinion, they are still definitely still in the budget tier of keyboards. They haven't exactly gotten to that enthusiast tier yet. They try to. I mean, I'm not knocking them for trying, but they're still, like, in my eyes, still seen as a more budget-friendly brand. Now, there's other brands. There's also Keychron. Keychron's a very good company, but they don't do, in my opinion, from what I've seen online, they don't do RGB a whole lot. Like they don't. I don't say they do. They do RGB. A lot of these companies all do RGB. They all have the same, what's it called, supplier of like whatever RGB kits that they use, whatever they put on their chips, on their motherboards, on the boards for the keyboard. There's only a few ones out there. Some of them do it in house. Some of them are mass produced. But Keychron I feel like their RGB is very, very subtle. They don't do a whole lot of flash and pizzazz. But it is also a seemingly it is more of an entryway into the more premium side of enthusiast boards. Like I said, entryway. I'm not saying like these are the best, because some of these boards can get into the thousands, especially if it's rare, if it's a rare drop or something. They can get into the thousands, which is crazy. I'll never spend that much on a keyboard ever. I think the prices is as far as I'll go. But Keychron's another good one. Ducky Shines have also been a mainstay in the gaming community for peripherals, and they were some of the first to adopt like newer style mechanical switches, and now they're starting to get into magnetic switches also. So Duckies have always been kind of like this reliable, higher tier budget brand. Like they start in like the hundreds, I think, like the low hundreds, maybe 150, maybe at most 200, depending on how tricked out you want their kit to be. Wu-Ting has also come in out of nowhere in the past 3 or 4 years, and has made like incredible advancements in the technology in terms of magnetic keyboards and their software. But MelGeek has, like I said, MelGeek started from like, I don't say practically nothing, but they started very small, very budget oriented, and they grew and grew and grew, and they finally made it into like this, I don't say the upper echelon, but they finally graduated past the budget brand, and they're definitely now they're more in the what's it called, the enthusiast grade. Like, if I had to put it on a scale, like this Royal Kluge thing that I got it for $89, and that, like I said, that came with those switches. It did not come with the coil cable; it came with its own, and it came with its own stock keycaps also, which I switched these out. These ones are putting keycaps, but got it for $89.99, and that was considered like a budget at the time. That was considered a budget model. I think the budget price line has actually dropped down a lot more, because the technology has become so widespread and saturated that it's really, really cheap to make a budget-minded mechanical keyboard. Not only that, but also have like good features for a budget mechanical keyboard. But again, they're not all equal. But like I said, the difference between this and this is like, I would say this is like middle end budget keyboard, middle to high. Like what I put into it, probably put it more towards the middle high. I mean, the key switches themselves are a great key switch. I mean, that's what it was honestly the saving grace. But yeah, the coiled aviator cable and the what's it called, the keycaps. The switches also put on some EVA foam to slightly neutralize the higher end pitch of the stock, not the stock, the clack. Because before it was a little brighter because it was smacking on the board, and it was pretty crisp and sharp, and I'm like, that's a bit too much. So I muted it down a little bit with those EVA foam stickers. Like I said, the difference between this one and this one is a good 120 bucks. So that's the difference between this and this. But for this, you get a lot. They do RGB very well. Their materials are high quality. They're polished. Like there's no messy text or messy ink or anything like that, or anything that's missing or broken or crooked. I mean, I don't know if you could tell on here, but that is forged carbon fiber. And you can actually swap these out for different styles. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the forged carbon. I only wish that if there's one gripe I have about this so far, I wish these screws that they have in here, I wish those were recessed. Because those stick out a little bit and it will catch your hand. I mean, also the edges of this milled aluminum, they are a little sharp. They are a little sharp right here. This corner, that's sharp. If I rub my finger on here a few more times, I'll probably, like a little harder, I'll probably get scratched or cut. So, it's not, like I said, it's not perfect, but it is amazing for what it is. And they do RGB very well. This whole thing is a light bar. It will light it up also. I'll show you guys what that looks like when I plug it in. And there's a plenty amount of customization that you can do on the backlight of this, which we will do later on. But for now, we're going to swap this over and get some key switch pulling going on. I'm going to plug this in just so in case I need to type something. Put that off to the side. Let's push this over here. Let's grab this. Now, these are XVX Frost Jades. And I will say they look a little more yellow compared to their picture on their TikTok page. Like, I thought these were creamy. I thought these were creamy white. Compared to this and this is like bleached white. Bleached ash bone white. And these are like tofu pieces as opposed to jade. But we'll see how it looks on the board. I mean, putting it on top of it, it's not that bad. It's not that much of a difference. I'm sure I'll get used to it. We'll see. But like I said, these keys, given the coupons that I had on TikTok Shop, these were so cheap. Ridiculously cheap. I think I spent more on these through Temu, the putting keycaps on Temu. I spent more on this, which were already ridiculously cheap, than I did on this. So TikTok Shop, I will give them props for having a lot of cheap. They give lots of coupons away all the time. Okay, let's get to the switches. These are Gateron Magnetic Jade Air, Magnetic Jade Air switches. And I thought that Amazon had, not Amazon, but I thought that, yeah, it was Amazon. I think I got this from Amazon. I thought they pulled a trick on me because this is the box it came in. On the side here, it says Magnetic Jade Switch Pros. Now, there are 4 different models of the Jade Switch. There are 4 different models. There's the Jade Switch Pro. There's the Jade Switch Max. Oh, no, I think it's just 3. The Jade Switch Airs. I think that's it. I think it's just those 3. But anyway, these Pros had a... I don't know if you could tell that. Yeah, there you go. You can tell. Have a green housing on the bottom. There's the casing on the bottom is green, and when the RGB went through it, if you had white RGB pouring through it on a white case, the RGB would be tinted, the white RGB would be tinted green because it would bounce off of the color off of this. And that's why they made the Air Jades, the Jade Airs, because these are completely clear. And it lets it lets the light diffuse a lot better and a lot cleaner. I was thinking about getting putting keycaps again, but I just did those. I did those for this, so like let's not do the same thing twice. So I got these. Similarly enough, these are called Jade, Frost Jade, but like I said, it looks a lot wider on the TikTok page, on the TikTok shop page. These, like I said, looks like pieces of tofu. I'm not sure why they look this yellow compared to what they show in the actual footage or in the actual screen, or sorry, in the TikTok shop page. But hey, we'll see what it looks like, and if it's really, really too distracting, I will return them and get another set. But yeah, that's it for now. Let's go ahead and get to pooling. If you're watching this in the VOD or if you're watching this live, feel free to jump into the chat and say hi. I'll strike up a conversation. And away we go. The other ones I was looking at also by XVX. They have these ones called Forged Carbon in white. And those look not that bad, but I don't think the shine through on those things are that great. They look a little too... It looks like somebody splattered some white paint on your keyboard a little bit. It doesn't look very clean. Also, this is the cool little keycap that I switched out with it. It's a B. I guess the MelGeek likes to use the B moniker. Their their software is called the MelGeek Hive. So there's that. All right, so let's see what this looks like. This is the stock escape key that they included with it. Let me see if these match up in the profile. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks scooped. Let's give it a trot and see. These are I already switched this one out just to see what it's like. Let's go ahead and pop that in there. Yeah, it looks really yellow with this light. Let me actually turn this off and see what it looks like, which is natural light. I mean, it is getting kind of light, dark already. It's 6:30 over here. Okay, on camera it doesn't look... Oh yeah, okay, you're starting to see the yellow pop out a little bit more. You're starting to see the yellow pop out a little bit more. Let me actually adjust this so it's not super harsh. There we go, that's better. Okay. Definitely has a deeper stock. Let me do F1. This is the stock switch with the stock keycap. Let me actually mute this volume a little bit. There we go. So this is the stock. Let's do the stock first with F1. And this is, like I said, stock switch, stock cap. That is me botting him out. Some lighter touches. It definitely sounds a little bit hollow. I mean, it's got a nice creamy clack to it, but I feel like it could be deeper. And that's what supposedly these new switches, the magnetic Jade Airs and these sort of keycaps right here, supposed to make it sound a little bit deeper and thockier. So let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, much deeper. Old one, new one. Yeah, higher pitch, lower pitch. I like it a lot. I like it. Okay, let's get the music going back again. Back over here. All right. A little bit too loud there. Drop that down a little bit. All right, let's go to the next one. So what I'm going to do first, let me actually pull this tray over here. I'm going to pull out all the keycaps. And they gave me 2 trays here, so I'm thinking one of these things is supposed to switch out in case one of these don't fit. But I think all of these have the same profile, and it looks good. It looks flat on there. But this one will be for the old switches and old keys. Okay, why is the music so loud all of a sudden? What the heck? Lower that down a little bit. Okay. Let's go to F1. Pop that out over here. I'm not going to do the switch. I'm not going to do one and one. I'm going to do one at a time. I'm not going to switch out like each switch one at a time. I'm going to take off all the keys first and then take off all the switches. All Alright, so this is F1. Let's just toss this over here. Make sure this is the right way. Let's escape. This is F1. Does it fit? Hello? It doesn't want to fit. Are you kidding me? Is it supposed to be the other way? No, it's got to be the other way, right? It has to be this way. This is the escape. That's... No, it is the other way. Yeah, this is backspace. That's backspace. This is escape over here. Why doesn't it fit? It's weird. Interesting. Will it not fit upside down? It fits upside down. Okay, we'll do it upside down. Okay, that's escape. That's backspace. Okay. And that's supposed to be the spacebar. Okay, that's escape. Let's go to F2. Sorry, no, that's not escape. This is F1. F1 right there. Escape is... Escape. I have 2 escape keys. Let's put the B one right there. Alright, F2. Like I said, I don't know how long this is going to take. I can't remember how long the other one took me when I did the other one. I don't think I did it on stream. I don't think I did this one on stream. This is the first time I'm doing this on stream. Alright, so here's F2. Pop this one over here. I forgot to grab my water. I'll grab that real quick. I'll be right back. All right. All right, here we go. Let's go F3. Pop that one out. Pop this over here. Let's go F4. The other thing that's good with the software, like I said, I'm still learning the software, and I do, like, don't get me wrong, there are some issues that I have with, so far, the board and the software. They are minor, but they're not like a deal breaker. I will say the Royal Klooch had some decent software. It wasn't the best, but for the price range, I mean, I'm not going to complain. This one I think I have a little bit more right to complain given the price, but they do work on it. They do upgrade it. They do update it. Whereas this one I haven't gotten an update in, I want to say, well over a year. All right, we're on F6 already. You know what? Maybe I'll just do the top row. I'll do a row at a time, just so it doesn't get all bland and monotonous. But yeah, if you want to see the unboxing of this, I will be putting out a video on TikTok of that. I think maybe later on I'll have to do the voiceover because I got the script ready. I've already filmed it. And I'll put that on TikTok, and then what I'll do is I will do another review of me doing the mod and talking about my like I said, my issues so far that I've gotten with it, that I have with it. But like I said, they're not deal breakers. Not something that makes me say like, oh, I'll never buy it from this company again. All right. There we go. I don't think that this keyboard, this shell that they gave me, it has enough slots or enough spots for this keyboard. I think this is a 68 layout, not the. No, it's got to be because that's escape. Why would they have escape above the number or the number keys? Here's F10. There we go. This would be F11 and F12. I also saw in the TikTok shop there's this tool that looks like a hair clip, but it's flat, and you could jam it in there and like wiggle around. You can pull out 4 of them at a time, which I guess if you're doing a lot of swapping out constantly, that would make sense. But like I said, this is like a once in a blue moon kind of thing that I do. Like I said, I haven't touched this thing in terms of modifying it since I've put the switches. I did it all at once. I put the switches. First I put the the switch pads, and then I put the switches, and then I put the keycaps, and I did it all at once. And And like I said, I don't think I did that on stream either. So, like I said, this is a once in a while event that I do, I guess, but first time I'll do it on stream. Okay, so that's the spacebar. I think these are for extra keys. Let's put this right there. Let's go print. Actually, I want to do something. I want to see what it looks like or what it sounds like with the I want to see what it sounds like with the new keycaps, but the old switches. I wonder if that makes a difference. I was also considering getting some foam stickers for this, but then I didn't know this, but apparently those foam stickers will actually mess with the actuation points. Fun little fact, I did not know that because they're so sensitive. All right, let's grab this pause. Pop this over here. There you go, pop that there. All right, so let's try this one over here. This is, what key is this? If it'll let me grab it. This is F1. Let's see what F1 looks like. What it sounds like. Oh yeah, even with the old switch, it still sounds way too high pitched. Gateron's old switch. Let's bring this up here so you guys can hear it. Gateron. Very creamy, very pop, very deep thocks. And then new switch. Oh, sorry, the old switch. I think this is called TTC or TTK. Yeah, still very hollow sounding. All right, let's pull this back off. If it'll let me. There we go. Okay, now this is the thing I had the problem with. Is getting, with this tool that they give you, getting the actual switch off is a pain in the butt. It says to grab the clips on the front, on the top and bottom, squeeze and lift. Hey, it came off easy. What the heck? Why did they not come off easy in the before? Interesting. The other one came off. The escape key came out. Was hard to get out. Okay, where am I going to put these? I guess I'll just put this in the box for now. And then when we're done swapping it out, I'll dump them all in here. So pop that in there. Grab the new switch. Let's grab a couple of these just so I have them ready to go. There we go. All right, and I believe... How do the other ones look? I forgot how it's supposed to go. There's a certain direction you have to go. Let me see what this one looks like. Hold on one second. Okay, the diffusal pane is on the bottom. And the one with texture is on the top. The one that says Gateron is on the top. Okay. Let's pop that back there. So the Gateron part goes on top. Just line it up. With the hole push down. There you go. It's in. Let's put that escape key back on there. Now, what is the difference between this escape key and the other one that's in here? Let me see. Hold on. And Alt, page down function. Did they give you another escape key? No, they didn't. They did not give you another escape key. Okay. All right, so let's pop this one in here. Make sure it's in there so it clicks. I think it's in there. All right. Yeah, it does wobble a little bit. Okay, why isn't... Okay, hold on. Let me check something really quick here, because when I did it on this thing, it really went in there deep, and there was no stem wobble. This is F1. Let's go to F2 real quick. Let me swap these out. Okay, so diffuser thing on the bottom. Pop this over here. Yeah, that clicked deeper. Let me see how this sounds. I can't really tell the difference, to be honest. When it's not in the actual board itself. Okay, let's pop down this number F2, right? Or F1. Yeah, this is F1. Pop that one in there. Just make sure it's nice and pressured in there evenly. Yeah, you can tell it's definitely like, it sounds more like marble, practically. Like wet marble clacking against each other. Okay, those two are in. Let's try the next one. Let's pull this one out. Line it up. Squeeze. And nope, it popped out. It didn't pop out. Is it lined up on top? And the one on bottom? Nope, didn't want to pop out that time. Let's line this up again. Make sure I'm clicking the right thing. Okay, it's right over it. Just squeeze and pull. Okay. I guess I have to just pull straight up. I can't do any wiggling. Okay. That one's done. And these ones apparently are pre-lubed. Alright, let's pop this in the next one. Wonder if I could do it with the keycap on there. Hey, it does. Wonder if that'll make things faster. Let's see. Wait, did that profile did not change at all? Okay, good. So far, so good. Yeah, I like the way this feels a lot better. Okay. Let's actually do that. Let's just get these set up for the next ones. 'Cause those are a lot easier to do when they're it's populated. Instead of doing a bunch of things at once. Okay, F3. F3, get run on top. Pop the stem inside there. Yeah, it looks good. Alright, nope, didn't mean to punch my mic there. Alright, next one. Let's pop this. Put it on top. And the bottom. Squeeze and lift. Okay, no, it doesn't want to do that. Nope, okay, I messed that one up. That one didn't work. Actually bent the tool that I gave you. Squeezed a little too hard there. There we go, that one worked. Okay. Let's pop this in the box. Grab the next one, this is F3. Pop that in there. Wait, no, that's not right. Hold on, something's not right here. Let's try it again. There we go. Yeah, it sounds so much more marbleier. And I will say, I mean, on camera it looks a lot more yellow. Looking at it from the front, you can't. It's hard to tell. It's getting harder to tell. I think I'm just getting used to it. That's all. Okay, so those four are in. Let's populate these next couple of ones. Go. This is Gateron. Where's Gateron? Down there. Diffuser's on the bottom. This is F4. There you go. Line it up. Push in. Yep, that's good. Let's do that one. Let's grab this next switch. No, I didn't line it up right. Let's try this again. goes on top, that goes on bottom. Squeeze, and lift straight up. Nope, that one didn't want to do it. Nope, okay. Let's like look at it straight on so I can make sure it's in the right spot. Nope, okay, it doesn't want to grab on it now. Let's try this again. There we go. That got it off. Okay. Yeah, getting in that little slot and getting it to squeeze is a little tough, not gonna lie. Right, pop that back there. There's F4. Line that up. Okay, why does this one not want to go in? Does it not want to go in? Why is it, do I have this upside down? Gatteron's on top, diffuser on the bottom. Line it up, push in. It says F4. Did that go in right? I don't know if that one went in right. Hold on. I don't want to smush it too hard and like damage the board underneath, but let me hear these back. Hold on. Why does that one sound so much deeper than before? Yeah, F2 for some reason sounds like deeper than the other one's. Hold on. Let me put this back over here. Let me put this over here in front of the mic. That's escape. F1. F2. Why does it sound deeper? F3 sounds good. Okay, there we go. Do you just need time to settle in? Who knows? Okay, let's pop out the next one. Oh, let's get the next one populated first with a key. Let's grab this one. This one would be F5, right? F5, yep. Gatteron on the top. Gatteron on the top. And the diffuser on the bottom. F5, there we go. There we go, that looks better. Let's get the switch pulled. Alright, so an hour into this, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keys done, but I was also yapping a lot at the beginning. We got until 10 p.m. tonight to get this one done. Okay, where is it? Where is the housing? Make sure it lines up. There. And there. You squeeze. And pull straight up. But it doesn't want to squeeze. It doesn't want to pull straight up. Nope, doesn't want to. What is going on here? It does want to squeeze. It does want to pull straight up. There we go. Okay, that one came off. Interesting. Why is there all this white stuff down here? Did they loop this? I think they did loop these, but why is there so much more on this one than before? It didn't leak through, did it? No? Okay, let's get this one over here. There's F5. Pop this over here, line this up, and just push down. There we go. Oh yeah. That sounds so much nicer. Like a tiny little pops, like you're popping popping packets, like in your pocket or something. Okay. There we go, that one's good. Let's get the next one off. Oh wow, I'm actually twisting. Damn, I hope this tool can survive that long. I don't know if you can tell. These things used to be straight at one point, but this one is starting to bend more towards that way. Can't think I fixed it. Hopefully it doesn't break, because that would suck. Okay, this next one is F6. Get this one lined up. This is Gateron on the top. F6 lined up. Pop this over here. Let's actually get my keyboard, to get more ASMR-y stuff over here. Let's drop this down here so it's pointed that way. I think you guys can still hear me, right? Let me hear it back on the playback. I have it pointed that way. Let me see. It's lined up. Let's actually get my keyboard, to get more ASMR-y stuff over here. So it's down here so it's pointed that way. I think you guys can still hear me. It's a little rough sounding, but I gotta find a good middle ground here. Hold on. Let's point it up a little bit at me. Okay, testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3 4. That sounds better, but I think I might keep it back towards me a little bit, just because it'll make the VOD sound a little weird. All right, so it's pointing back at me. That should give you better clarity. Okay, so we got F6 populated already. Let's grab this, line this up, clip on, grab on those clips, squeeze and lift. There we go. That one worked. In the box. Here's F6. Line this up. Why does it want to find the hole? There we go. That sounded a little crunchy, not gonna lie. That sounded a little crunchy, but we'll roll with it. I didn't have to put that much force. I think we're just lining up in the hole. Sound good? Yeah, I don't hear anything rattling in there, so looks like we're all good. Alright, we've got 7 keys done. Let's get the next key populated. This is F7. There we go. That clicked in. This one over here lined up. Squeeze on that and lift up. Nope, that one didn't want to work. Let's try that again. Okay, where are the clips on this one? Right there. I'm hoping right there, and then we just lift up. Nope. It wanted to come out a little bit. I think I got part of it pulled off. Let's try again. Nope. Okay, what's going on with this one now? Okay, why does this one not want to pull out? Part of it is pulled out. It's like lifted up a little bit, but the rest of it, no. No, what is going on here? What is going on? Let's try this again. And, okay, part of it want to come off again. It looked like a little. Why does it look like it's twisted a little bit? Hold on. Let's pop that back in there. See if I can grab it both at the same time. Okay, this one's being a pain in the butt. This one is being a pain in the butt. like it wants to pull off part of it, but not the whole thing. Maybe it's better on this side? It's crazy. It's like it wants to lift off part of it, but the other part does not want to lift off. Hold on, let's click this back into place really quick. Okay, what is going on with this thing? This is like the hardest one to do so far. Oh my god, I can't wait till I get to like to the bigger keys. It's gonna be real fun. Nope. Nope. Oh my god, what is going on with this thing? It like does not want to grab. It's okay, right? It doesn't look like it's broken or anything. Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, let's try this again, the old-fashioned way. Squeezing on both sides. And... no, my gosh. It does not want to lift. Okay. They're both squeezed. Oh my gosh, what is going on with this thing? This thing is starting to, like, deform the tools that they gave us. Or that they gave me. Okay, let's try this again. Oh my god, I just know my hands are going to be raw by the time we're done with this. Okay, part of it came off, but the backside does not want to come off at all. What is going on with this thing? Yeah, the tool's starting to get deformed a little bit. I think I'm starting to like wear the metal down or something at the hinge. Nope. It's always the bottom that wants to come off, but not the top. It's like that's getting squeezed, but not the top. Let's get that popped back in there. I'll get this one done right. No, what is going on? Why is the top not want to click? The top does not want to come undone. Nope. Okay, I'm starting to get pissed off at this thing now. What is going on with this thing? Let's try this again. Okay, let's try it this way. Try flipping it around, see if that does anything. Nope. Nope. Does nothing. They're both in there. I'm squeezing in the middle, and it says pull straight up. Nothing's happening. This is wild. Why is this one so difficult? That one's definitely in there. And again, it wants us to pull off the top, the bottom one, but not the top. This is wild. Let's see if I can line it up just right. Nope. There we go, finally. Okay. What's going on with this one? Does a tab break or something? Is that why it doesn't want to? It didn't want to pull off? Yeah, this one looked like it was rubbed off from all the times I was trying to get it off. That's crazy. That was the bottom one, right? Yeah, the bottom one was getting pulled off easily, but the top one wasn't. And it wore down the plastic. That's crazy. I don't know if you can see this on camera. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to tell. That's like rubbed raw. Plastic, instead of being clear, now it looks like it's opaque from all the scratches. Okay, let's try this one. F7. I don't think it got stuck in there, right? No, but I do see plenty of scratch marks now. Shiny new scratch marks. Okay. F7. Pop that there. And that one clicked in just fine. There we go. Alright, let's grab F8. Populate a new Gathering goes on top. F8 is over here. Line that up. Squish in. There we go. Alright, let's hope this one's a little easier. I spent a good 10 minutes on that one. That one's so much easier. Oh my god. Okay, that's so much easier. Pop this back over here. F8 goes right there. Hold on, let's pop this back out. I don't like the way that was feeling. Hold on. Don't like the way that was feeling when it was going in. It crunched a little bit, but hold on. So far, so good. Okay. Let's pop it back there. Oh yeah, so much more cream. Like, the cream is so deep. It is not half and half like the other one. Okay, next one is going to be F9, right? Yeah, F9. Yeah, escape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gateron is right there. It goes on top. Line it up. There we go. Smush that into place. Let's grab this next switch. Squeeze on both sides. Nope. Okay, don't tell me this one's going to do the same thing. There we go. That's easy. Okay. I think if I apply even pressure when I'm pulling up on this thing, it makes it come out a lot easier. Alright, that popped in easy. There we go, that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10. We've got 10 done. Okay, so that's the top row. New switches, new caps. That's what the new one sounds like. Or the old one sounds like. Yes, way too. I mean, it's still very creamy, but it's on the higher end. This is like it's drowning in cream. Okay, next one. Let's pop this out. Am I grabbing both of them? No, I don't think I was. Nope, nope, that one was not grabbing both of them either. Oh yeah, I forgot to get the new switch populated. Let's do that. This should be F10. Yep. Gateron goes on top. Smush this down. There we go. Line this up. Squeeze. Nope, that one doesn't want it. Please don't tell me this is gonna be like another one just like the one before. I think it was this one. This was the bitch. That was the one that was real tough. Line it up again. Nope. Didn't mean to punch my mic there with my arm. There we go, that's easy. Okay, I just gotta make sure it's lined up right. That one right there. This is F10, this goes right here. Line it up, push it in, it clicks into place. Yeah, much better. Okay. So this should be F11. Yep, F11. Gateron is on the top. Line this up. Push it in. There we go. Get the next one ready to pull. Came out easy. There we go. Line this up over here. Let that one click into place. We got 4 more left on this row. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go. Luckily, the spacebar is going to be the easiest one to do, I think, because it's got the fewest amount of switches I need to worry about. Alright, this is going to be F12. Yep, F12. Gateron is... Where's Gateron? Right there, on the top. Line it up. Push it in. Make sure it's connected. There we go. Take the switch puller. Line this up. Nope, that one didn't want to come out. Let's try this again. Nope, that one didn't want to come out. Nope. Okay, don't tell me this is going to be a pain in the butt. Please don't tell me this is going to be a pain in the butt. Part of it want to come off, but not the other part. Nope. Pop that one back in there. Oh, don't tell me this would be one of the pain in the butt ones. I think it might be. Nope. Put that right there, put that right there. Line it up, squeeze. Okay, this is going to be one of the pain in the butt ones. I can already tell. I can already tell. Okay, I think that top one's lined up. Yep, it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Okay, let's find the middle. Maybe that might be why. It doesn't look like it was centered. There we go. With a little bit of more of a click that time. Yeah, it definitely eats away at the plastic on these switches when you're trying to pull them off. Alright, F12 goes right here. Oh shoot, what was the one after F12? Because it's not showing up on the next one. See, this row's done. Look it over here. I have to look underneath this thing so I can see it. Okay, F12, I think it's insert. Go, pop that there. Insert, do I have insert in here? No, I I do not see insert there, so it's got to be in this other tray. Okay, we got end, alt, insert. It's the whole word is actually there. Do they have other ones that say insert that are not the whole word? No? Nope. Okay, there we go. Oh, the other thing I can do also is just look at the actual software. It should show it. Let me see. There's the Hive software. Let me see. Oh no, it doesn't show it. Okay, let me go to, hold on. Wrong keyboard. I was gonna type on here. Okay, MelGeek made 84 Ultra. Images. Visit this one. That's the Pro. Is that the Pro? No, that's Ultra. Okay, it goes insert, print, and then pause. Insert, print, and pause. I'll just keep this up just for future reference. So insert, print, and pause. So this is insert right there. What is this? Do I have over here? What is it? Oh, that's another square key. Square switch. Here's insert. Gateron goes on top. Right there. Insert. Line this up. Push in. I think we're good. MelGeek, welcome, welcome, welcome. I just noticed you're in there. Welcome, welcome. We are doing the switching. These are the keycaps. These are XVX Frost Jades, although they look kind of yellow on camera and in the light. Over here, in more natural light, it looks more white. Over here, it starts looking a little yellow. But it looks okay on the keyboard. It sounds great. Do a little comparison. Okay, so here is the stock switches and stock keycaps. This is the number row key. A lot higher pitched. And here are the new switches and new keycaps on the function row keys, or the F row keys. A lot deeper, a lot smoother. Wait, what did I hear? I thought I heard a rattle here, hold on. No, I guess it's just my imagination. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Just from the feel of it, it feels like a much better improvement compared to the stock switches. All right, so right now we're pulling these off, and my hands are getting raw just from trying to get the switch puller to work. Sometimes it works great, other times it's a pain in the butt. It's a gamble. Sometimes I don't pull it off right. Let's see. Nope, this one's stuck. What the heck? Nope. Okay, that one clicked a little bit, but didn't want to pull off. Nope, didn't want to pull off that time either. Gotta make sure it's lined up right. Okay, is that lined up? Nope, not lined up. Maybe I should have gotten that that advanced keycap puller or key switch puller, because this one is not it. It's like hit or miss most of the time. And also, honestly, I'm going to say also, I think it might be damaging the stock switches because it's scratching up the little clips really, really bad if I mess up on this. Nope. Let's try this again. Nope. Okay, let's try this again. Squeezing from both sides, pulling straight up. Nope. It only wants to pull off the bottom half, but not the top half. It's like it's not grabbing the little clip or something. Nope. Gotta click it back into place. I gotta make sure I get it right the first time. Because otherwise, there's no way it's coming off. Nope. Let's try this again. Yeah, I don't know how some of these other keyboard enthusiasts do this with the stock pullers. Nope. And it's like starting to form and bend the, what's it called? This little metal fork thing. Okay, let's try this again. Nope, what is going on? This one over here, I think was one of these two. It took me like a good 10 minutes to get off because it would not come off at all. Okay, I'm squeezing both sides. Make sure it's lined up. And again, only the bottom part wants to lift off. The other part does not want, the back side. The top part does not want to lift off. Try this again. Nope. What's going on? What is happening? Nope. It's like part of it wants to look like one side of it, this bottom side, wants to let go, but the top side is not. Oh my gosh, come on. I see it wanting to lift up, but it doesn't actually want to come off. Nope. Again, what the heck is going on? Okay, that's lined up there. This is lined up on the bottom. Let's try this again. Oh my god, I'm hitting my mic now with my arm. Let's try over here. Nope. Is it because it's at the edge? Is that why? Or it's getting closer to the edge? Oh my god. Okay, it's grabbing both the top and the bottom. What is going on? I'm scraping away the plastic. There's little bits of plastic now on my finger. Okay, let's try this again. Just pull straight up. Nothing's happening. Okay, let me look this up a little closer. Let me see what's going on here. Shouldn't be any dirt in there. It's a brand new keyboard. Okay, that one's getting grabbed. That one's getting grabbed. Nope. Okay, that slid in there. There we go. I got it off. Okay, finally. Wow, that one was a pain in the butt. That one was a pain in the butt. We finally got it off. I got the sides of the housing is so scratched up from me trying to pull it out with this keyboard, this key switch puller. Even the diffuser plate on the top is all scratched up. That's crazy. Some of these just don't want to let go. Okay, insert right here. There we go. Line it up. Push it in. It goes in real easy. There we go. Okay, next two. Wait, let's get some more switches. Let's grab these next two for now. Alright. Let's try this again on these new switches. Or not the new switches, on these the next two. Oh, come on. Not again. Not again. Please not again. Lift it up a little bit, but didn't want to lift up the whole thing. Let's pop it back in. I wonder why some of them are more difficult than others. There we go. Popped off. Okay. Very minimal scratching on this one. Let's get the next... Oh, what was the next key? What was the next key? It is print. Print. And I think that's up here. Print. And delete. Page up, page down, home, print. Here we go, print. Gatteron goes on top. There we go, line it up. Squeeze it in. Satisfying click. Okay. Let's line this up right there. And pops it into place. Very, very smooth. Okay. Last one on this row. Okay, let's see if this one comes off in one go. I'm grabbing both. Applying pressure. Nope, not again. Okay, there we go. Okay, I gotta remember that angle. That's good. Alright, and the last one was... The row was pause. Pause. Pause right there. I have how many? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 different page ups and page downs, or 2 each, I guess. Okay, here we go. Pause. Gatteron goes on top. Pause is right there. Line it up. Push it in. And it squishes down. Alright. Line this up over here. And that one clicked in just nice. Just right. Okay. First row done. First row is done. There we go. Wait, did that actually sound out? Yeah, that actually worked. I added a soundboard on my Stream Deck also. There we go. We got the sound effects. Wait, warning, heads up, what? Exempt channels from content ID claims? Wait, is that yay? Copyrighted? No way. Okay, I don't know why it's giving me that warning, but... Exempt channels from content ID claims. YouTube Studio Content Manager. What features? What features? Why is it telling me this? Okay. Wait, let me see if it does that again. No, doesn't do anything. Okay. There we go. One row is done. One row is done. Alright. Let's get off the next row. This is the tilde key. Hopefully we don't actually make this go until 10 o'clock, but if we do, I guess it's worth it. Alright. Why doesn't it want to lift? Hello? Where's the bottom? There we go. Okay, tilde key goes over here. Number 1. 1 goes right there. Number 2. Two goes right there. Number 3. Three goes right there. 4. Why does it keep giving me this heads up thing? Heads up what? Hold on. This is what YouTube Studio is giving me on OBS. We've detected audio on your stream belonging to somebody else. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. What audio? It's on Lo-Fi Girl. What? It's on Lo-Fi Girl. What? Why is it giving me errors on Why is it giving me... That's crazy. It's never done that for Lo-Fi Girl before. Interesting. Maybe it's just the song that's playing? Oh well. If I need to mute the audio, I'll mute the audio. Alright, it's number 6. Sorry, number 5. Alright, let me switch this back over here. This is number 6. Pop that right there. Number 7. We got 6, 7. Okay, number 8. If it wants to come off the little key switch puller, that'd be nice. Number 9. There we go. Number 0. I was gonna say number 10. I'll pop that right there. The minus. Oops, didn't mean to hit that hard. Wow, that really makes the desk reverberate from that. With a metal plate. Okay. Alright, there we go. There's the equal sign. Okay, this is my first bigger key that I'm doing. Let's see how this looks. How do I lift this one up? Do one corner at a time, I guess? That's gonna be hard to do. I think we just have to spread this one out a lot. There we go. There we go. Oh, the switches are purple? What? I thought they said they would be clear. That's not cool. That is not cool at all. I thought they said the not switches, the stabs. The stabs are also purple. I thought they said it was gonna be clear. Oh well. Okay, now we gotta pull out the home key. Hopefully it doesn't come through the what's it called? The key cap. Hey, backspace goes right here. And home. I don't think there's a home key there, so I'm gonna put it right there. Okay. So the first one is tilde. I think this is tilde. Yep. You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 more switches. That is 3, 6, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, there we go. Just putting these back. Okay, let's get this one all put up and ready. Got her on tilde. There we go. Wait, that is the right way to put the tilt, right? Yeah, yeah. There's the other icon next to it. Wait, that is on Gateron, right? Yep. There you go, line it up, squish it in. Alright, let's get this one off. Nope. Please don't give me problems. Please don't give me problems on this one. There we go. Okay. Alright, so the tilt goes on top. Line this one up. Push in. And we're good. Alright, next one after the tilde is number 1. Number 1 and the exclamation point. Which one's right? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Alright, line this up. Nope. Okay, let's see if this one works. Nope. Why are you giving me problems now? Nope. That's lined up, that's lined up. And pull straight up. Nope. Okay, where does one? Okay, that's locked into place. It's like I think just finding the tab is the hardest thing since the footprint is so small. Nope. And this tool is even smaller. It's incredibly hard to find. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's it. Squeeze. There we go. Okay, okay. It's better. We're getting better. We're getting better. Okay, number 1 goes right there. Push that down firmly, and it clicks into place. There we go. Okay, next one. Okay, I think that's lined in. Nope, it was not lined up. I think that's lined up now. There we go. Oh, I forgot I got the next one populated. Alright, it's number 2. The 2 and the @ logo, or the @ symbol. Line that up and smush. Smushy, smushy. Alright. Line that up over here. Clicks into place. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's get the next one up. Number 3. Gateron goes on top. Squish that one in, we're good. And let's pull off the next one. There we go. Okay, that came off easy. First time. First time that one came out. One of them came off easy. Can I do that for the rest of them though? All right, line that up right there. Pop that in. We're good. Okay, can I get 2 in a row? We got 2 in a row. Oh, and I didn't even get this one set up. Okay, okay. Got her on top. Number 4. Line this up. Push down. And we're good. 4 goes right there. Clicks into place. All right, next one. Can we get 3 in a row? Can we get 3 in a row here? No, I don't want to get that one try yet because I didn't really get a... that one felt like it was off already. Before I even got a chance to squeeze. There we go. 3 in a row. I think I got it. I think I got the right setup now. I think I got the right setup for it. Huh. Interesting. When I don't have it queued up, when I don't have the next key queued up, it's easier to pull off. Okay, Gadaron goes on top. This is for number 5. There we go. We're good on that one. Is this really copyrighted music? Is that what's going on every time this new song comes on? Huh. Alright, let's pop that in there. One of these sounds like there's like a little extra rattle in there. No? I think it's just my imagination. Okay. We're good there? Okay. Let's see if I can get this done again. This is to be number 4 or number 5. Forgot, I already lost count. Yes, okay. I think I got the perfect lineup for it now. I think I got the perfect lineup. And it pulls it out in one go. And I don't... Okay, so that is the new formula now. We got to... Oh my god, look how much is bending. That's crazy. We have to bend it back in shape. Okay, that's better. Okay, let's get the next one set up. This is number 6. Gadaron on top. Yep. Line it up. Where's the lineup? Where's the stem? Right there. Squish down, click. Number 6 goes right there. That one doesn't want to click into place. Hold on. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. On this one. Again, I'm not getting the next one ready until I pull off the actual switch. Nope, nope, that one's not lined up. Hold on. Nope, that one doesn't want to get lined up. What's going on with this one? Nope, okay. Now this one doesn't want to get lined up. I guess we had a good run. We had 5 good ones. We had 5 good ones. Nope. Try this again. Nope. Nope. Okay, what's going on with this one now? Why is this one giving me a hard time? Okay, I think that bottom one got locked in. Try the top one. No, what is going on? Nope. Okay, let's change background. New desktop background. There we go, that's a bit better. For some reason, my blue backgrounds really blow out my my webcam. Nope. Ow, that one hurt. Okay, let's try this again. Line it up. Find a little fiddly spot. Nope. Where is that little notch? Nope. Try this again. Nope. Now the bottom one has come off, and now the top one doesn't want to come. Bottom one comes off, but the top one doesn't come off. Try on this side. There we go. Okay. Let's pop the next. Get the next one ready. This 5, 6. This should be 7. Yep, the 7 in the end. Gateron on the top. Line this up. Push in. There we go. We're good to go. And it clicks into place. All right. All right. Let's see if this one pops off. Nope. There we go, that one came off. Can't believe I have to use 2 hands for this. They really ought to make their switches a little bit more easier to pull off. Okay, that was number 7, this is number 8. Gateron is on the top. Put that there, squish it there. There you go, that lined up. Line this up over here. Clicks into place. Awesome. Sounds great so far. Okay, next one. Nope. That didn't come off. That clicked. There we go. Some of these are really, they have got some extra lube in there. I don't know if you can see that one in there. Those little 4 white squares. That is all extra lube that they put in there. Some of them have a lot, some of them don't have, look like they barely have any. Alright, it's number 9. But these ones, the Gateron ones, I can't even tell if they're lubed, to be honest. I'm assuming they are because it says that it's factory lubed, so. There's a Gateron. Where's the Gateron? Right there. Gateron and number 9. Alright, let's put this right there. Sounds good. Alright, let's pop this one in here. There we go. That one went in. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left on this row. So I get this lined up. Nope, that one didn't want to come off. Alright, that's lined up there. Nope. Okay, what is going on with this one now? There we go. Came off. Okay. All right. Next one should be number 0. Yep. Gateron is right there on the top. 0 is right there. Line up the stems. Push in. There we go. Let's pop that right there. All right, pull off the next one. There we go, came off. Awesome. Alright, next one should be, yeah, the minus. There's the Gateron. Gateron right there. Wait, is it the minus on top or is the underscore on top? Hold on. The underscore is on top, and that's the way it should be. Okay. And that goes right there. Yep, we'll line these up. Squish these together. Alright, there we go. And push into place. Alright, next one. 3 more in this row. Actually, 2 more if you don't count this one. Came off easy. Okay. I think we're getting a little bit more used to pulling it off. Alright, this is the plus and equal. Gateron is on top. Line up the stems and push down. There we go. Sounds good. Let's pop this right there. And it clicks into place. Alright, this one is going to be the more difficult one. Let's see if this lifts up first try. Nope. Nope. It wanted to. It almost wanted to, but not really. It's because there's that screw right there that is preventing me from grabbing the top. There we go. Okay, I got it. Okay, let's hope that these stabs don't shine through. Okay, this is backspace. Yeah, this one just has... Wait, this one just has an enter. Honestly, it doesn't look backspace. It looks like... Let's see if we have a better one that actually says backspace. Shift, return. We do not have one that says backspace. Oh well, I guess that's got to be the one. It's backspace. It looks a little deformed, to be honest. There's like a shiny spot and a dull spot on this keycap. Interesting. Okay. Okay, Gateron goes on the top. Line it up. And squish. Alright, looks good. And then we line it up over here. And push down. Alright. What was the last one on this row? Home. Alright, so we gotta find the home key. Home. Num shift delete end function. Alt delete. Page down, page up, home. Here we go. Pop that back over there. Alright, let's get the switch pulled first. balance up, squeeze. Nope, doesn't want to come off. Okay, let's try this another way. I think it's the ones that's on the edge are the harder ones to get. Nope. Nope. What's going on now? Put that one right there. That one right there. Nope. Let's try this again. Feels like it's on the right spot. Nope. Let's try this again. That one feels good. Let's try this now. Oh, I thought I had it. I thought I had it. Nope, nope, I did not have that one. I have to do this one like standing up so I can see where the edge is. Okay, that lines up, that lines up. I'm squeezing. Nope, nothing happens. Nope. Nope. Nope, I'm just scratching up the housing. Oh wait, that actually did pop off. What? I just clicked it back into place. Why didn't it want to lift off? I'm so confused now. Oh, okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. We're good. I scratched off so much plastic. Yeah, these switches are the stock switches that come on this thing. Not the greatest, not gonna lie, when it comes to taking on and off. Alright, last one for this row. We actually got this one down a lot faster than the other ones in the first row. Got her on top. Line this up, put the home part right there. Light the stems and push. Okay, so we've been listening 2 hours. I spent the first half hour yapping. And then I think starting at around 7, we were up around here. So this whole thing took another hour. That's crazy. Okay. So creamy. Deep creamy thoughts. Definitely got to make my own new ASMR video for this. Okay. Next is the third row. This is tab. Okay, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 keys. I mean, 15 switches. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need 2 more. There we go. Alright, let's get all of these keys pulled off. Okay, gotta put that one there, put that one over there. Twist it a little bit. Why doesn't it want to grab? Hello? There we go. Huh, so the tab doesn't have any stabs. What is that thing? What is that thing there? What does that say? There's a sticker there. What does this thing say right here? This is not on the other ones. It's in Chinese. it's in Chinese. It's some kind of sticker. And half of it is ripped off. That's weird. What does it say? Let me see. This is like a warranty void if removed. Let's see. Let me see. Translate. Camera. Yeah, it says something about no warranty. What does it say? Send to translate home. It says damaged items are void under warranty. Okay. Well, I'm not trying to damage these items. I'm just trying to change out the switches because it says it's hot swappable. Okay. Let's pop this back over here. Let's pull off the next keys. The letter Q. Go. Letter W. So, given the current rate we're at, we'll probably be like maybe down with a space bar by 10 o'clock. Alright, let's keep pulling that off. Wrote the R. I lost that key. Where'd he go? There it is. Okay. R goes right there. Here we're at the letter T. Why doesn't it want to lift up? Hold on, something got stuck underneath there. There we go. T goes right there. The letter Y. The letter U. Goes right there. The letter I. That didn't want to pull off. The letter O. The letter P. Brackets. Let's bracket left. Why does it want to pull off? There we go. Bracket right. Yeah, bracket right goes right there. Oh, where am I gonna put this one then? This is the backslash. There we go. No stab under the backslash either? I guess not. I guess it's just the backspace and the enter has the stab. Okay, where am I gonna put this? I guess it goes right there. And the enter key goes below it. Okay. Okay, but delete, we have to change that. Let's grab the delete key. Delete key, put it right here. All right, so that row is done. We just got to take all the switches off. This was the tab key, I believe. Yep. Oh, come on, don't give me problems. Don't give me problems now. There we go, came off. Just gotta keep wiggling it until I find these little tabs. Instead of trying to pull off. Okay. Get a tab over here. Gateron goes on top. Tab is on top. Push these together. There we go. Line this up over here. Push down, and it clicks into place. All right. Next one. Oh no, come on. I thought I had it for a second. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, this one does not want to grab. Nope. Can I try taking this off? Try again. There we go, came up. All right. I gotta remember just to wiggle it around a little bit until I find those tabs and they squeeze in. Okay, next one should be the Q. Gateron on top. Line these up. There we go. We're all good. The letter Q goes right there. Okay, next one. There you go, that came off easy. I notice every time the more easier it comes off, the more twisted this thing starts getting. It's supposed to be even. When I got it, it was even. Alright, let's grab the W. There we go. There's this weird black line in there. Not black, just dark on this keycap. I don't think it picks up very well on the camera. But in the middle of the W, there's like a darker line. Okay, put that right there. This one look taller. A little bit of wiggle on that one. Might be because the stabs are different brands. Yeah, there's a little bit of wiggle on that the backspace key. There's a bit of wiggle on this backspace key too, but no, it's linear. At least it's going up and down. Okay, no, I think we're good. Just my imagination, I guess. Okay. Okay, now it's for this next one. Nope. There we go, that came off. I think that's what's going on here. The tolerances are a little bit weaker on the left and right side of the switch when you're pulling it off. So it's easier to pull off when this thing is a little twisted. So I just gotta keep remembering that. You gotta remember to fix it so it doesn't actually break the tool. Okay, this is W. I was gonna say WE. This is the E. This is the letter E. Letter E. Here we go. Line that up. Squish this together. Squish that down there. Alright. That one's done. Let's grab the next one. Nope, doesn't want to give this one. This one does not want to give. Nope. Maybe it's this way? There you go. Yeah, okay. I gotta remember. Okay, I'm just gonna hold it in my hand like this. Like I'm holding a freaking karambit or something. That way I remember that this way is the way it's supposed to come off. Okay, next one. This is the letter R. Gateron is on top. Where's the Gateron logo? There it is, right there. There we go. This is the letter R. Put that right there. Squish it down. It clicks into place. Okay, next one. Comes off easy. Yep, I think this is the way it's supposed to be. Just gotta remember to get this back in a position just in case so it doesn't actually break the metal off. Get the letter T. Let's grab the next one. Gateron logo is right there. Line this up, push this down, squish it together. Alright. I noticed a couple of these key caps now. They've got some darker spots underneath the letter, or right underneath the letter. It's kind of strange considering that they're both very white colors. I know where I'm getting dark spots from, but all right, there we go. Let's get the next one ready. Yeah, that one was lined up. Nope. Nope, this one doesn't want to click. There we go. Okay, I got it. Pop that one right there. This next one is the letter Y. Gateron is... Where's Gateron? Gateron is right there. Squish these together. And then push into place. Alright. Looking good so far. Come on. Nope. Let's try this again. There we go. Alright, next one is the letter U. And Gateron is right there. Gateron's on top. Lamp the stems. Push together. Wait, is that right? Why does this one feel different? Why does this one feel different? Hold on, wait a second. Did they put another switch in here? This does not feel like the regular switch. No, that is. Why does it look lower? What? Am I tripping? I think I'm just tripping out. Okay. Let's go over here to the U. Squeeze that down there. That feels good. Alright, let's grab the next one. Line it up there. Where is the top of this thing? There we go. Pulled it out. Yeah, look how bent this thing is getting. It's crazy. I'm telling you, by the time I get to the end, this thing is the metal's gonna get so bent out of shape that it's gonna snap off. Okay, here's the letter I. Gateron is on top. I's right there. Squeeze together. And pushes down over here. There we go. Okay, next one. Why does this one not want to line up? Nope. Okay. I feel like I stripped the plastic on that one. Where the heck are the tabs? Nope. I thought these were supposed to be easier to pull on and put on or take off than mechanical ones. I've been lied to. I do not remember having this much of a difficult time putting on the mechanical ones. Nope. Okay, there we go. That one's there. That one's there. Nope. Ow. Nope. Yeah, it popped off for a little bit, but it pops right back in. My fingers are so raw. You probably can't even tell on the camera, but yeah, this is very red. This one's very red. This finger is the one that hurts the most. Just from constantly having to squeeze these things. There we go, that one came off. Okay. Next one is the letter O. Gateron is on top over here. There we go. Squish that one together. Yeah, I'm sure there's a dark circle in there. Land that up there. It snaps into place. All right, next one. There we go, that popped off. Let's fix this again. Okay, it's the letter P. Gateron is right there. Line it up, squish it down. And go, letter P goes right there. Feeling good. Alright, let's go to the next one. Got 4 more left on this row. Okay, come on. Where's that little notch? Nope. Okay, that one's on the bottom is in the notch. That one on the top is in the notch. Squeezing does nothing. Okay, I'm so confused here. Find that up over there. Oh my gosh, okay, this one does not, is like twisting off so far. I have to like push it back the opposite ways to get it lined up. Oh my gosh. Okay, it clicked off a little bit, but it didn't want to pull off all the way. There we go. Okay, that came off. Okay, the plastic's still on. Okay, next one is the bracket. Left bracket. Got her on top. Line it up, squeeze it in. Push it over here, and it's in. All right. 3 more left on this row. And after that, we'll be halfway done. Oh my god, that one hurt. That one hurt. Oof. Pinch my skin on that one. I'm bleeding, am I? No. Okay. Yeah, shouldn't show blood on the shouldn't show blood on the what's it called? The live stream. I'm getting my account destroyed. Okay, come on. Really? We're doing so well. We're doing so well here. Okay. Oh, come on. Do I have to be standing up on this thing? Let's try this. There we go. Okay, that one came off. That one came off easy. I think it's because I'm not like looking at it right. That could be why. So I can't get these things lined up. Okay, next one. Right bracket. Got her on top. Right bracket. Squish down. We're good. Alright, let's pop this one in. Clicks into place. Alright. 2 more here. Okay, if it gives me a hard time on this one, I'm going to try doing the standing up version and see if that helps. Yeah, let's do a standing up one. I think that might be a little easier for me because I can actually pull this way instead of trying to pull straight out. Nope, 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 I take it back. It's just as hard. There we go. Okay, that one came off. 3rd time's the charm. Does that break the plastic on this thing? No. Okay. Let's grab the next one. Gatorona is on top. Right there. And this is the there. We'll line it up there. Good. That clicked into place. It's got a little bit of a wobble. That's because I'm pressing it down really hard. Mine doesn't have that much of a wobble on the other one. This one has a bit more wobble than this one does on the backslash. There should be a stab there, to be honest. Okay. Let's grab this one over here. Pull this off. Nope, why does this one want to come off? Why does this one not want to come off? There we go, pulled it off. Alright, pop that over there. And this one was, what was this one? This is delete. Yeah, home and then delete, so DEL. Let's look for DEL. DEL. Okay, we got a whole delete. Okay, wait, we have a few deletes. There's that delete. There's this delete with a little bit of a lower profile, it looks like. We just have those two deletes. And this delete, okay. We got 3 delete keys here to pick from. Figure out which one works with this profile. So these are the 3 delete keys we have. And let me turn them sideways so you can see. Each of them are a little bit, this one's got a lower profile, a deeper scoop. This has got a higher scoop, and this has got like one in the middle. Let's do it like this. And they're all right set up, right? Yeah, they're all right set up, okay. Turn this sideways so you guys can see in the VOD. Yeah, the one on my ring finger is lower profile, this is medium profile, and this feels like a full profile. Let me see which one looks better. Start with the high profile first and see if that looks good. Line this up. Pop that in there. Alright, there's also a big darker spot on that delete spot, on the D and the delete. Alright, let's line this up over here. I think we actually found it. I think that's the right profile. Yeah, that matches the rest of it, it looks like. Or no, it doesn't. It does not. It's higher than the other ones. It's higher than the other ones. Okay, let's take that one off. Try the middle one. It's higher than the other ones on the same row, but the one in the column, it matches up perfectly. So I'm a little confused here because they didn't give us extra homes or extra paws. Okay, which is the middle one? Huh, this is middle? This one's got a higher scoop though. This is lower on the top side, but higher on the back side. This is higher on the front side and lower on the back side. All right, let's try the lower on the back side and see what it looks like. Now that matches up with the rest of the profile on that row, but not for the rest of the side pieces right here. See if I could, so you guys see if you guys can see that at all. Yeah, it matches up with the rest of this, but not with these two. Whereas the other one matches up with these two. I might keep it like that, just so it separates the rows instead of the edges. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it like that. Let me try it. How it looks. How does that feel typing? Yeah, that's much smoother. And then you know there's a little bump right there for the home key. Do they give us different style home keys too? I didn't see that one. No. No different style home keys. Okay. Okay, so we'll keep that one there. Put these ones back over here. Okay, there we go. We're halfway done. It is 8:30. We have an hour and a half left to get the rest of these done. And now that I know that I'm going to do the standing up motion instead of the doing it flat on here, I think we'll get these done a lot faster. Hopefully we can get these done by 9 o'clock. If I have the timing right, I think we can get these done by 9 o'clock. Alright, let's take off caps lock. Caps lock goes over here. Letter A. There we go, pop that right there. What, is it backwards? I think it's backwards, that's why. No, it was the right way. What? Why is it popping out? Huh. Okay, S. There we go, S goes right there. D. F. G. The H. Almost there. The J. The K. This is next. The L. Almost lost that one. The semicolon. There we go. The apostrophe / quotes. But that one flew. And then the enter. Now, if they made their keys shine through, I wouldn't have changed anything because I like the layout a little bit of these. I like the font that they used, but unfortunately, they're not shine through. All right, this is page up. Page up will go right here. All right, let's get to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 more. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be 11, 12, 13, and 14. There we go. All right, let's start over here. Let's just do the stand-up method and see if I can pull these all off. Come on, line up. Oh, come on, we were doing so well before, come on. Okay, what is going on here now? There we go, that one's off. Let's see if I can just get all of these done. Instead of doing one at a time. Come on, come on. You're almost there. I feel the tab right there. What's going on with this one? Okay, where is that little hook? Nope. Oh boy. Error, your stream has been what? What does it tell me this now? What is the error thing? Your stream has been temporarily blocked. What? Katie Simplify, let's try this one. Royalty-free copyright. Let's see. Okay, this is kind of cheesy sounding, but it's better than nothing, I guess. See if it put me back on here. Hold on. Okay, let's see if this works. Hold on. Nope, still says stream has been... Stream suspended. Yep. Nope. It says stream suspended. RIP.